Welcome to Teachergram, a website made just for teachers, and by teachers. Well, of course, not really. I decided to make this assignment a little bit easy. So, and connect it to real life. So, based on the story Miss Awful, I want you to use the character of Miss Orville. And if she was a part of this website, what would her profile page look like? So here's what I've included. So, of course, you're going to insert her name, and there's text boxes. Once you click on the big box, a text box will appear, and that's where you can begin typing in your information. So, you can give Miss Orville a first name. You don't have to just say Mrs. Orville like it was repeated in the story. And remember, she is of age, so you have to give her an age appropriate name. Okay, next box is who am I? This is at least a paragraph description of who she is as a person. This box is called What Am I Listening to Now? And since we can make this a little current, you can provide music from any genre that would be close to what she would possibly listen to. Or you can include a podcast that could be included. Not necessarily have to insert links or anything like that, but just write down the title and who is a part of that podcast if you're using a podcast. Or if you're using song, please provide the song name and the artist who performed it. Okay, my interest. Well, she has one main interest in the selection, and the rest is going to be for you to infer what are some other things that she could possibly be interested in based on her characterization. What challenges do I face? So she does face a few challenges being of age and also what she goes through in the classroom. So you can include that. This could be bulleted as well. Favorite quotes. You can provide quotes as long as you can cite who says it. No made up quotes are necessary because, of course, we want to make sure that we are not plagiarizing. And this last spot is my latest blog entry. So, of course, you're going to write at least a paragraph reflection on what's taken place. It's kind of like a mini journal, little snapshot of what took place or something, that event that took place at that time. Also, in this box right here, you're going to insert a photo or a clip art. And remember, there are two ways you can do that. One way is to go to insert, and you can go down to image, and you can select from search on the web, and then this sidebar will appear. And you can type in what image you want to select. And remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be a photo. Don't focus on just the photo, because in some cases, just like in real social media accounts, you don't always have that person's picture. You can always do a Bitmoji, you can do a clip art. It does not have to, do not waste your time trying to find the best picture. Just make sure that you do have a picture in that spot. And all you have to do is, once you save that picture, you just cover up that box, because this is not a text box that's going to remove. So you have to make sure it fits inside this box. Now, another little trick that you can use, so once you start typing, it's only going to be big enough for a 12-point font. So what if you can't see it, or what if you need to make it bigger so you can see it? Well, there's two things you can do. Down here at this, where it says hide film strip, this will make the screen a little bit bigger so that you're only focusing on this slide. Also, do not forget that you have a zoom feature. Currently it's at 57 57%. But you can always zoom it in however you need to zoom it in, and or zoom it to fit whatever your purpose is. So don't feel like you have to do that. Or if you want to type all of it in a Google Doc and then paste it into this graphic organizer, you can. The choice is yours, but make sure your final result is on Google Slide. It is in this document. You don't have to create another document, nor do you have to share it with me, because I'm already sharing with you. That's what this symbol up here is for. Is once I've shared it with you, you don't have to share it back to me. The only thing I ask you to do is once you're done is to let me know that you're done, so that way I can immediately look over it, or if I need to critique or say, don't forget, my normal spelling, punctuation, and grammar will always be a factor. So make sure that as you're typing, you read what you say and make sure it sounds just like it would be for Mrs. Orville. You're not writing as yourself, you're writing as if you were Miss Orville. So you have to think of her as if she was a real person, and come up with what her teachergram page would look like. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask it while we're in class, or you can send me a quick email and I will respond. Remember, if you send it through Google Classroom, I don't always see the messages until after I'm ready to start checking it. So if you have an important question, you need to make sure you get to me as quickly as possible, so that way I can answer it as quickly as possible. So can't wait to read what you came up with, and take care.